like iceberg. Gate fence ahead. There we go. Oh, I don't know if it will.
I can tell you that parts of Uptown are flooding that I haven't seen flood in my 46 years. So I'm talking about the areas between Superior Grill and Iberia Bank on St. Charles. The sidewalk is covered. It looks like a river. There's fire hydrants that you can only see the tops of. Now, these are areas that have never flooded before. I know the low-lying areas are flooding. And we expect that to happen. We're supposed to be trying to correct that, but now we've got areas that have never flooded before that are flooding. So I'm going to have a lot of questions. I'm going to want to know for a fact every single pump that was working, not working, when it was turned on. I will trust, but I will also verify.
No, that makes sense. Are you going to have time to get those questions answered before the tropical storm system that we're expected to hit us this weekend, or is that something where we're just going to have to kind of go through that?
Only God knows that. I don't know.
Sure.
I don't know.
You made a great point, though. A lot of people have been telling us this morning the areas that they're seeing flood or where they live, they've never seen flood, not even in Katrina. And this is something we've heard over the past 2 years in several flooding incidents. And this is one of those things. How do people feel reassured living in New Orleans?
You know, at the end of the day, we know the problem that we have, and we have to work to rectify that problem. It should not get worse before it gets better. Areas that have not flooded in decades should not begin to flood now. And we're going to have some serious questions for the Sewage and Water Board and DPW, just so we can understand why this is happening. There may be a rational, reasonable answer, but as it stands right now, I can't think of it.
We understand. Jason Williams, council member at large, thank you so much for joining us this morning and touching base. Please stay safe out there and call us back if you have any more developments.
And please just keep telling people who are listening, if you are home, if you're safe at home and your car is on dry ground, do not get out in this.
Yeah, that's a great point. Thank you so much.
It's just not safe, and it's not safe for everybody else as well.
We've got some breaking news right here in Washington, D.C. Check this out. These are images just coming into us over the last couple of minutes. There has been a massive rainstorm here, really dangerous flash flooding in Washington. Look at this, cars halfway underwater. Some people actually had to get on the roofs of their cars to be able to get out, essentially. MSNBC meteorologist Bill Cairns is tracking this for us. Bill, as somebody who lives and works in Washington, my phone's been blowing up with those warnings of flash floods for the last, 2 hours or so. When's the city going to see some relief?
It's starting to go down now. But, Hallie, there was water in the basement of the White House that had some flooding. I mean, yeah, there's the picture of that. I've never seen or heard of that before. On Pennsylvania Avenue, just outside the White House, there was 2 to 3 feet of water in some spots, and some of the roads on Constitution Avenue are just closed. The airport's obviously been closed down because of the heavy rain. Getting the Dulles, I heard, is ridiculous right now. Some of these people actually they didn't wait for the firefighters to come. The water was starting to get higher and higher, and so some people actually swam to the embankment to climb up the hillside there.
Wow.
Incredible stuff. Streams turns into rivers, and some of the rivers still are well outside their banks now, and it's been widespread. I mean, it hasn't just been in one spot. I mean, this was a torrential thunderstorm that went right over the Beltway. It started in the north section, and it just continued at this intensity right through the southern half of the city. The flash flood emergency will go on here now for about another hour, maybe about a half hour actually, till 11:15 East Coast time, and then that will be dropped as the water levels continue to recede. As far as the numbers go, the odds of this happening in any one year are about 1%. going into any year. That's how hard it rained. So there's the flash flood emergency that continues for the D.C. area. And as far as the rainfall totals went, this map shows you this. We ended up with 3.3 inches of rain at Reagan International Airport in 50 minutes. That's why we saw this incredible amount of water everywhere. Virginia Station, Hallie, have you seen there's pictures that we're trying to get them cleared? It's a waterfall going down, and there's trains driving through it. There's also some video out there that's pretty disturbing that we'll probably see sooner or later. We don't have it cleared yet, of a school bus driver with kids on it driving through a flooded stream. And so, yeah, there's going to be a lot more images and pictures that once we get clearance on them, we'll show them to you. A day that people won't forget in D.C. for a long time, one of the worst morning commutes ever.
That is for sure. And a reminder, I think, worthy now, Bill, that if you see a flooded road ahead of you, don't take the chance. Don't drive through it.